Hi guys, welcome to the lesson. In today's lesson, we'll be focusing on sequence. Throughout this unit, we'll be looking a little bit at the way texts are ordered, and ordering it by sequence is one way that you can order a text. So for today, two things. One, you guys should be able to identify what sequence is, and then you should also be able to analyze the effect that sequence has on a passage. So we're learning this so that we can understand how passages are organized, and then when passages differ from this, that we can see that difference happening and understand why the author is making these changes. So sequence is the order in which events happen. The two other names for sequence, you can call it chronological or time order. This word chronological has two parts. Chrono, that first part, chron means time. So if something is in sequence, it's in chronological or time order, so it happens the way you think it would. So I wake up in the morning, I eat lunch in the afternoon, I eat dinner at night. Those things all happen in order. I wouldn't want to be eating dinner in the morning. That would be out of sequence, out of time order. So in our example here, it helps to organize writing with a logical progression of ideas. So things happen the way you think they should. So in our example down here, we have three different things. We have a bag of seeds, we have a watermelon, and then we have someone eating the watermelon. So obviously your first thing would be planting the seeds, growing the watermelon, and then eating the watermelon. So you want to put that in order so that things are happening as a sequence, and we can understand why one thing happens logically after the next. When you're reading, there's going to be certain words that should stand out and say, hey, this is our sequence, this is how time's happening. So there's words that order the time, like first, next, then, finally. When you see these, you should stop and see the author showing you the passage of time. There's also words that show the expression or the order. In the morning, after that, later that day, a week later. So just keep an eye out for these as you're reading. And then there's other time words, yesterday, Saturday, April, some more specific signifiers of how time is happening. So just one thing that you want to be reading for when you're looking for sequence is those words that let you know where in the sequence we are. So let's do a little practice with that and see if you can just spot these words in the next few passages. So I'll read this out and then I'll give you a second, see if you can identify which words show us the sequence. Last Monday, I ate lunch with my friend Ryan. We sat together and had nachos. Later that afternoon, we both felt sick. It must have been that fake cheese. The next day, we decided to have a sandwich. So I'll give you a minute. Which words there show us the sequence, the time? So first we have our time at the beginning, last Monday. I have an idea when it's happening. And then I have later that afternoon, we both felt sick. So I know that that's happening after they ate. So they ate, later the afternoon they felt sick. The next day they decided to have a sandwich. So it gives me an idea of how these things are happening, and then if I look at all of them, they kind of build on each other. They ate something, it wasn't good, they ate something else. So all of those ideas build off each other, and those time words help to let me know that it's happening in that logical progression. Let's have one more. After school, I went home and did my homework. When I was finished with my math, I had a snack and a drink. Then I played Guitar Hero with a friend, and we rocked out to Journey. After we were finished playing, we went home. Take a look, see if you can find those signifiers of time words, sequence words. So in this one, again, it starts right at the beginning. After school, I have an idea when it's starting. When I finished with my math, so we have someone does their homework first, then I played Guitar Hero. After we were finished, they went home. So again, logical progression of ideas. I have words that really clearly signify one's happening, then the next, then the next, then the next. So if you can keep an eye out for these, it'll help you to see how ideas are progressing and building upon each other when we're reading a passage. We'll apply that to both our fiction and our nonfiction reading as we're going through this unit. So just to bring you back to the beginning, make sure that at the end of this lesson you're able to identify sequence and see how sequence affects a passage, and just be aware of those as we're reading. Thanks for coming out to the lesson. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. This idea of sequence will keep recurring throughout this unit for us.